$1,000 is never enough in this economy. 4 tires cost $1,000. What you really need during these times is probably $5,000 to $8,000 in a savings account and a blank credit card with a $10,000 limit. Now that's minimum. So I'll say that again. You should have 5,000 to 8,000 in an emergency fund for savings account, and you should have one credit card that you don't use that has a $10,000 limit or the highest limit you're able to get with your credit score, so that you have that kind of backup for an emergency. $1,000 will not do much of anything. I know someone in business who, I try and coach business people, who has a truck that needs new tires and the tires are $1,400. So $1,000 could help you in a very, very easy situation. But if you got in a car accident and you don't have insurance, $1,000 can't even do the repair. If you have a medical emergency, $1,000 won't do it. Now, say to me, I can't get more than $1,000. Then I say you are a success. If you don't make much money and you're able to get $1,000 put aside, good for you. That is not a criticism. But if you're going to ask me bluntly what you need in an account for an emergency, it's 5,000 to 8,000 in a credit card with a clear limit on it, without use, just for emergencies. And then get the thing paid off as soon as you can. That's my suggestion. Joe, one of the things that I hear all the time with money is, I can't afford that. But I do see people who say they can't afford things, going to Disneyland or taking their family on a trip, which is wonderful. Don't get me wrong, it's not a criticism. But if you can afford Disneyland, you can put $10 a week away in a savings account, or $20. The first thing you do is put that $20 in the savings account, or the $100. You put it away first. Then you say, okay, now we can go to Disney, or we can go take that road trip. But not until you've put that money away. So you get paid and the family agrees. We put $50 away all the time. If your children are working part-time, they put $15 away. Whatever it is, do it first. And then say, what can I afford to do? But people tend to say, I can't afford it, when what they really mean is they don't want to. They don't like to do that. So they'd rather spend their money on fun things, or go out to dinner, or go out drinking, or go to Vegas, or whatever. So when someone says to me, I can't afford it, I actually go about 5 layers deep with them and say, what are you really saying? Can you really not afford it? Or are you just saying, I don't want to have to afford it? Because there's a difference. I don't want to do that. I don't want to pay for that. But I'll go do that. I'll go get my pedicure and manicure. And I'll go get my hair colored and done. By the way, I don't. But go out and get your hair colored and done for $200. But then they'll say, well, can you afford to fix the radiator hose on your car? No, I really can't afford that. Well, yeah, you can. You can afford it, or you can switch around how you spend your money. But if you're doing fun things and letting go of the important day-to-day things, then what you're saying is, I don't want to spend money on those day-to-day things. I want to be able to play. And every human being deserves to play. Everybody deserves to have time off and have fun. They deserve it, but that doesn't necessarily mean they get to have it. You have to do the perfunctory, pragmatic, boring crap first. And before you do the boring crap and before you go do the fun stuff, you put money in your savings account first. Whatever it takes, you put some money away first. First and foremost, I got paid $50 in the account. Okay, family, this is what we have.